Greetings, friends. Welcome to STBM Chicago with Pastor Andrews. Today we are embarking on a fascinating journey. A journey that intertwines the concept of merit money and the timeless wisdom of God's monetary system, silver and gold. In an era filled with rapid change, uncertainties and prophetic whispers, we find ourselves standing at the precipice of an impending shift in wealth and power. The Bible, our sacred compass, often speaks of silver and gold as divine symbols of wealth. These precious metals, divinely appointed and owned by the Almighty, are the truest representation of wealth. As stewards of God's resources, we are invited to understand and align ourselves with His monetary principles. So buckle up as we delve deep into this profound topic, exploring the intersections of faith, finance, and the future. Stay tuned as we unravel the mysteries of merit money and the biblical importance of silver and gold. Let's dive in. In the sacred scriptures, we discover God's divine design for wealth. The ancient text of the Bible offers us a glimpse into a timeless reality, a world where gold and silver are not mere commodities, but divine instruments of wealth. We turn to the book of Haggai, where the prophet is entrusted with a profound message from the Lord of hosts. The divine voice declares, "The silver is mine, and the gold is mine." This is not a statement of possession alone, but a declaration of the divine monetary system, a system that transcends the fluctuating fiat currencies of our world. In this declaration, God is asserting His sovereign ownership over the most precious elements of the earth, silver and gold. But more than that, He is revealing His divine economic design, a system where wealth is not just about accumulation, but stewardship. As we delve deeper into the narrative, we realize that the silver and gold, owned and appointed by the Almighty, are the truest measures of wealth. We, as His people, are called to be stewards of this wealth, aligning ourselves with His monetary principles and values. In the face of global economic shifts and geopolitical changes, this divine system of wealth takes on even greater significance. These shifts are not mere coincidences, but divine orchestrations leading to a potential transference of wealth and power. We are called, like the prophets of old, to discern the signs of the times, understanding global events through the lens of God's wisdom. The concept of merit money fits seamlessly into this biblical narrative. It emphasizes stewardship over accumulation, urging us to manage and multiply the resources entrusted to us with wisdom and integrity. It is not just about amassing wealth, but about using it for righteous purposes, for the betterment of humanity. So we see God's system of wealth surpasses our worldly understanding. It calls us to be wise stewards, to align ourselves with His divine economic principles, and to recognize that true wealth lies not just in the abundance of silver and gold, but in our alignment with God's divine design. In today's world, we are witnessing an economic shift. The tectonic plates of global finance are moving, creating new landscapes of wealth and power. We are living in an era of unprecedented change, with economies evolving, cryptocurrencies emerging, and new financial systems taking shape. This isn't just a result of technological advancement or human innovation, but something far greater. As the world continues to spin on its axis, we see the unfolding of prophetic narratives that have been etched in the sacred texts of old. This current global landscape, filled with both promise and uncertainty, aligns remarkably with the biblical prophecies of a great transference of wealth and power. Now you may ask, what does this have to do with merit money, or with the divine economy of gold and silver? The answer lies in the profound wisdom found in the biblical narrative. As we've explored earlier, the silver and gold belong to God, and they are part of His divine monetary system. In the midst of the world's economic shifts, we see an opportunity for merit money to thrive. This is not a new concept, but a timeless principle that aligns with God's economic wisdom. It's about managing and multiplying the resources entrusted to us, not for self-gain, but for the betterment of humanity and the expansion of God's influence in the world. We are not just bystanders in this unfolding global narrative. As stewards of God's resources, we have a role to play in this impending transference of wealth and power. The merit lies not in the accumulation of wealth, but in the righteous use of it. These are not mere coincidences, but divine orchestration. So let's stand ready with wisdom and integrity to navigate the currents of this changing global landscape. For in the divine economy, the silver and gold are more than just precious metals. They are tools for righteous stewardship, for the expansion of God's kingdom, and for the blessing of all humanity. Merit money is an idea that aligns with the biblical understanding of stewardship. As we delve into the concept of merit money, we find that it is a principle that encourages us to be not just consumers, but stewards of wealth. It is a call to manage and multiply the resources entrusted to us with wisdom and integrity. This idea is not foreign to the wisdom of the Bible. In the parable of the talents, we see a master entrusting his servants with his wealth, expecting them to multiply it during his absence. The servants who manage the master's wealth wisely and multiply it are rewarded. This parable points to the principle of merit money, the wise management and multiplication of resources. In the same vein, we are stewards of God's resources. The silver and gold of the world are His, and we are entrusted with their management. Our merit, therefore, lies not just in the accumulation of this wealth, but in its righteous utilization. When we understand this, we begin to see wealth not as a means of personal comfort or status, but as a tool for righteous influence and blessing. We see it as a means to expand God's kingdom, to improve lives, to fund missions, to support the needy, and to invest in the future of our families and communities. As we align ourselves with God's monetary principles, we position ourselves for His favor in the impending transference of wealth. We prepare ourselves to receive and manage the wealth that God has promised to His faithful stewards. In essence, merit money is a call to responsible stewardship. It is a call to multiply our resources, to invest wisely, to give generously, and to use our wealth for the glory of God and the betterment of humanity. The merit lies not just in accumulating wealth, but in its righteous utilization. Let us therefore strive to be faithful stewards, aligning ourselves with God's divine economic principles and positioning ourselves for the transference of wealth that is to come. As we navigate these dynamic times, we are called to be wise stewards. We're not merely spectators in this unfolding narrative of global change. We are active participants called to engage with the world through the lens of divine wisdom, to understand the ebb and flow of economies and to discern the signs of our times. Our stewardship extends beyond the confines of our personal wealth. It encompasses the broader scope of God's economy, an economy that transcends the fluctuations of the world's financial markets. It is an economy rooted in the enduring value of silver and gold, but it also goes beyond these tangible resources. True wealth in God's economy is about more than just silver and gold. It is about our alignment with divine principles, our commitment to righteousness, and our dedication to the betterment of humanity. It is about using the resources we've been entrusted with to sow seeds of goodness, kindness, and justice in the world. The call to stewardship is a call to wisdom, to integrity, and to discernment. It is a call to understand the times we live in, to navigate the complexities of our global landscape, and to position ourselves for the impending transference of wealth and power. This is not a call to hoard wealth for selfish gain, but a call to use wealth for righteous purposes. It is a call to recognize that true wealth lies not in the abundance of possessions, but in the richness of our character, in the depth of our compassion, and in the breadth of our influence for good. So let us heed this call. Let us align ourselves with God's divine economic principles. Let us embrace the wisdom of merit money, understanding that our merit lies not just in the accumulation of wealth, but in the use of that wealth for the glory of God and the betterment of humanity. May we heed this call and align ourselves with God's divine economic principles. As we conclude this enlightening journey, I have an invitation for you. Join us on this path of wisdom and discovery by subscribing to the STBM Chicago YouTube channel. Don't miss out on our insightful teachings that merge the timeless wisdom of the Bible with practical principles of stewardship and wealth creation. By hitting the like button, you not only stay connected with us, but also help spread this wisdom to others. Each share, each comment, each engagement is a step towards a world where God's principles guide our financial decisions. On our channel, you'll find more content exploring biblical wisdom, stewardship, and the transformative power of God's Word. Together, we'll delve deeper into the mysteries and revelations of the Scriptures, learning to navigate the world not just as mere inhabitants, but as wise stewards of God's resources. May the silver and gold of God's economy guide your steps. We look forward to seeing you again at STBM Chicago.